Hello, I want to welcome you to this training of Microsoft 365, okay? Particularly the applications that are embedded in the Microsoft 365. If you're joining this channel for the first time, please subscribe and click like and share so that you can get notification on all the other videos and other tutorials that I'll be dropping. This particular tutorial for today is targeted at institutions. If you are a student, maybe undergraduate student, postgraduate student, master's or PhD, or if your organization uses Microsoft 365 as a mailing system. If you have an email, let's put it that way, and that email sits on Microsoft 365. You have certain applications that are going to be very beneficial to you. A good number of you, even if you are a staff of that organization, you need to know these applications and how to make the best use of them. I'll be using a case study of University of Jos, for instance. So after this presentation, I'm going to go on a live demo on how you can access it and how you can see all these applications. And subsequently, I will be picking each of these applications and run a particular overview over them. Okay. My name is Sati Sadmer Dapel. I'm a Deputy Director with the ICT Directorate, University of Jos. We are going to look at 365. What is Microsoft 365? It is a cloud-based suite of productivity tools by Microsoft. It combines Office applications, cloud services, and advanced security. So we are saying when we say cloud-based, we are saying that it is not resident on your computer. There are applications that are not resident on your computer, but they are resident on a particular machine out there. And anytime you have access to that particular machine, you then have access to all the applications that are resident there. That's why we say it's a cloud-based, and it combines a lot of other applications. So why do you need to use it? Especially those of you in us in universities or college of educations or institutions or organizations that are running. You have accessibility from anywhere with the cloud access, which means even if you don't have your laptop or your phone or your device with you, you can access your resources, your materials, your documents, your files anywhere in the world. So whether you are in school or you are not in school, you can access your documents. You can access your pictures, your folders, your documents, your presentations. You can access everything on any device anywhere. Okay. It also gives you collaboration. All right. Real-time co-authoring and communication. For those of you in master's or PhD, or those of you in postgraduate, you may have an interaction with your supervisor. So your supervisor may make use of it, or those of you who are staff, you may have a document, your secretaries, you have a document that you are preparing, and you need your supervisor or you need your colleagues or you need somebody else to be able to make comment or make input. This can also help you to that. So you can have like a team or within a department and you're working on a particular list. You can be doing that real time wherever you are in the world. It also have built-in security, all right, advanced security features, and that is it. Now, let's look at some of the overview applications of Microsoft 365. There are so many of them. We have Outlook, Microsoft Word, Excel, PowerPoint, OneDrive, Notepad, SharePoint, Teams, and so on and so forth. We're going to see these applications. Now, these applications, we've categorized them into different categories. So the first category we're looking at is the core productivity applications. And the core productivity applications include Microsoft Word, and it is basically used for document creation and editing. You want to type your project, you want to type a memo, you want to type a letter, you want to prepare a lecture, you have all those things, you can use that. And you have the license copy online. In fact, when we come to do a tutorial on Microsoft Word, you discover that it has so many AI advanced tools that you can use, all right? Then you have the Microsoft Excel. Microsoft Excel is a spreadsheet and data analytics software. So for those of you in the accounting department, or for those of you doing research, you can use Microsoft Excel to run out some of your analysis. You can collect data, you can manage data, and so on and so forth. You can even just create a link and then people from everywhere feed in data into it. When we come to look at Microsoft Excel on the day we're looking at it, you're going to see that. Then we have Microsoft PowerPoint. It is a presentation creation and design. In fact, this presentation I'm doing, I've used the Microsoft PowerPoint of the 365. It has an AI-based animated platform that once you enter your details or you enter the topic you want to present, it automatically generates all the presentation, the slides and the images and everything that you need. Okay, you have Microsoft Outlook. This is where your emails, your calendars, your contact management, and so on and so forth. You also have Microsoft OneNote. Oh, very, very powerful tool. When we come to look at each of this, and that's why I'm saying you need to subscribe and click like, so that the day we look at each of these applications, you'll be able to have how to use it. Another category of softwares are called the communication and collaboration applications. And we have a lot of them. We have one like the Microsoft Teams. The Microsoft Teams, you can use it for chat, you can use it for meetings, you can use it for calls, collaborations, and things like that. So I can set up like an online streaming with Teams. I can set up a meeting, I can do a chat, I can communicate with my students, I can communicate with my colleagues, and so on and so forth. So once you have the Microsoft Teams, you don't have problem. Then you also have SharePoint, and the SharePoint also works with Teams. Okay, it is a team site for document sharing, storage, and collaboration. So you have files, and you want to be storing those files, or you want to be sharing those files with your colleagues. Okay, I'm a lecturer, probably I want to share my lecture notes with my student. All I need is just generate a link on my SharePoint and send it to them. And then everybody will now get that particular material. All right. Then you have the Yammer. It's an enterprise social networking for organization. In other words, it's like a social media site or application that helps you do your own, but in a closed group within your organizations. All right. Then you also have the Microsoft Viva, employee experience platform for engagement, learning, and well-being. All right. Then we also have another category of softwares. We call them the cloud storage and file management softwares. One of them is the OneDrive, and the OneDrive for personal and business cloud storage. So for those of you in different organizations, you have storage. For those in University of Jos, you already have like 100 gig of cloud storage, and you can store anything you want to store there. And the beautiful thing is that once you store it there, you can access it on your phone, you can access it on your tablet, you can access it on your laptop, you can access it even on any device that you want to access globally. So the day we're going to take a lesson on Microsoft OneDrive, you're going to see that. Okay, then we have Microsoft List. And this particular application helps you to track information and organize your work with customizable lists. So it's like I have a list of to-do things, okay, for this particular day or this particular month or this particular year. And then it helps to give you reminders over and over, and helps to organize your list and so on and so forth. Then we have another category of softwares. We call them the business applications. Okay, the business application enhances and helps in your businesses, you know, like the Microsoft Planner. It helps to plan your task and project for your teams. Okay, if you are a project manager, for instance, and you have certain people you are working with, you can draft out the activities, the itinerary, and then invite them into the planner. So any updates that you make on that planning tool everybody gets an update, and it goes on and on. Then you have the Microsoft To Do. It's a personal task management to-do list. It works like the Microsoft list, okay? So they work hand in hand. Then you have the Microsoft Bookings. It's an online scheduling and appointment booking tool. Maybe you are a professor, or you're a lecturer, or you are wherever you are in your office, you want people to schedule appointment to see you, bookings and things like that. You do that. Then you have Microsoft Forms. This is a form that helps you to collect survey, create quizzes, create polls. For those of you into research or doing projects, you can create the form and then generate a link and share it with different people around, and then it collects different data for you. Once it collects the data, and then it goes on a beautiful application. In fact, it can help you to even analyze the data. It can help you to give a summary of the data. It can bring it in graphical formats. It can bring it in chart formats, in whichever way. Very, very powerful tool. So the day we're going to look at Microsoft Forms, you're going to see all these things, because it also has some AI-based tools. Then you have Power Automate. This is a very rare application that a lot of people do not even know. It's a workflow automation across applications and services. Now, what does it do? The Power Automate, it's like a project-related application that creates a hierarchical flow of the activities that you want to engage in. Let's say, for instance, I want to create a form for election, maybe students' election. Okay, so students have to register. Once they register on the form, then it will check their eligibility. So the system, I will have programmed the system. So once you just register, it will check your eligibility. And once you are eligible, it sends you a notification automatically. After that, it now moves your record to a particular category. And then when it's time to vote, it sends you a notification the day. So it's like it automates the entire process. This is just, let's say, for election. But even if it is for maybe work schedule, okay, or you want to create an assignment for your students, or a work-related activity, you can use Power Automate. Okay, so another one is the Power Apps. And what it does is that it helps you to build applications without necessarily learning how to code. Okay, it just uses shapes and images, and then as you are using it, it's building the codes at the back end. It also have the Power Virtual Agents, and it creates AI power chatbots for customer services and support. All right, so business applications, those are those ones. Then we also have another category called the business intelligence and reporting, and that's where we talked about the Microsoft BI. All right, the BI stands for business intelligence, and it's a business analytics and interactive data visualization and insight tool. So for those of you into advanced data analytics or data management and things like that, you will know how powerful this particular tool is. Then we have also the advanced tools, where we have the Microsoft Access, and that is like a database management system, and basically for Windows users. Okay, you have it helps you to keep record and manage your data, right? Then you have the Microsoft Publisher. It's a desktop publishing application for creating brochures, flyers, and posters. And if you have come across it, it's fantastic. Each of these applications, we are going to be using them. We are going to be doing training, and that's why I'm saying you need to subscribe. Okay, we also have other applications like Steam. This Steam is an enterprise video service for sharing and managing videos. For instance, you want to create content, for those of you who are content creators, or you want to create lecture notes and videos and things like that, you can use Microsoft Steam. You also have the S-Way, which is a web-based tool for creating interactive presentations and reports. Okay, you have the whiteboard. It's a digital whiteboard for brainstorming and collaboration. You have the Delve, which is a personalized content discovery tool using Office Graph. Then you have the Kaizela. It's a mobile app actually for secure messaging and work management. It's very, very confidential, especially for very sensitive people who are using sensitive projects. We also have the Microsoft Viva modules, which have the Viva connections for centralized communication hub for employees within your department or within your faculty or the entire institution. Then you have the Viva Insight that does personalized insight to improve productivity and well-being. You have the Viva Learning, which is a learning and training content integration tool. And then you have the Viva Topics, which is an AI-driven knowledge sharing within the organization. Then we also have the development and AI tools, where we have the Power Platform that includes the Power BI, we talked earlier, the Power Apps, we talked earlier, the Power Automate, we talked earlier, and the Power Virtual Agents. But interestingly, there is another one called the Microsoft Copilot. All right, for those of you who know about ChatGPT, this is like another version of ChatGPT. All right, but it's an AI tool that can help you run almost anything, can create images, can create videos, can search for contents, can prepare materials for you, and so on and so forth. And then we now have the Microsoft 365 mobile apps. So most of these apps, you can have them on your phone, like the Microsoft Word, Excel, PowerPoint, the Outlook, the OneNote, the Teams, and so on and so forth. So you can have them on your mobile device so that it can help you to be able to access all that you need. In summary, Microsoft 365 include applications that span productivity, collaboration, business intelligence, security, and more. And the suite is constantly updated with new features and tools to meet the needs of individuals, business, and enterprise. If you like this video, please click like and subscribe and click notification. If you have a question, you can go to the comment section and drop in your question. So right now, I'm going to now go to the live demonstration with you. So for those of you who are in University of Jos, I'm using this demonstration. I'm using the University of Jos platform so that you can now see the demonstration. So, and coming, let me be sure. All right, yes. All right, so you go to your browser. All right, you just type mail.unijos.edu.ng. If you type that, it's going to bring you here. All right, so you will now have to enter your email address. If you are a student, your email address is your matriculation number at unijos.edu.ng. If you are a staff, you know your email address, your surname plus the first letter of your first name, and then at unijos.edu.ng. So I'm going to use a student email, for instance. I'll be using this email address, and then for demonstration purpose, you enter your password. Once you enter your password, it will bring you to the application, all right? This is the email application. And where you need to take notes is particularly here, all right? It's particularly at the top left-hand corner. You see where my mouse is, where you see these dotted lines. If you click these dotted lines, it will bring all the applications that you have registered on your email. The Microsoft 365, the Outlook, the OneDrive, the Microsoft Word, the Excel, the PowerPoint, the OneNote, the SharePoint, the Teams, the S-Way, the Forms. You can click this more, and it's going to bring you much more applications. All right, so let's see what we have there. Okay. All right, so you see, this is the Copilot, this is the Teams, this is the Word. These are all the applications. If I click all applications here, it will tell me the applications and what they are for. This is Calendar to manage and share your schedule. This is Class Notebook for students. So let me be zooming it like this. this class notebook for students that will help you to plan your lesson in digital notebook and create workspace. In fact, if you are a student, you have it on your phone. While your lecturer is teaching, it might be recording and translating it into text for you. You have another application called Connections, access personalized tools and news and resources. Then you have the Delve, get personal insights and relevant information based, on who you work with and what work you do. You have the Kaizela, simple and secure mobile app for chat. You have the OneDrive, safely store your files and photos. You have the forms that we talked about, customize your quizzes. You have another one called the Loop. It's enabling teams to link, plan, and create together. You have Excel. You have the Microsoft List, allow users to create and share and track data inside. Then you have the Engage, connect with co-workers and classmates, share information and organize around projects. Then you have the Learning, keep learning, keep growing with Viva Learning. Then you have the OneNote, okay? You have the OneNote, you have the Power Apps that we talked about. Then you have the Outlook for your email and task, which you can download on your system. Then you have the Power Automate that can synchronize your files, more and simplify your network. You have People, you have the Power Page, you have the Planner, you have the PowerPoint, you have the SharePoint, you have Teams, you have Reflect, you have S-Way, you have Reading Coach. This is very interesting. It's an AI-powered personalized reading fluency practice. Very, very good. Then you have the STEAM, very interesting app. You have the project. If you have a project, you can develop your project plans, design the task, track the process, and manage your budget and things like that. You have your staff notebook, all right, that can help to collaborate with faculty and staff to share policies. You have the to-do lists. Then you have Microsoft Visual. For those of you into networking that can do designs and things like that, and those of you into business management that can create data flow diagrams and things like that, Visual is very powerful. Then you have the whiteboard, you have the Microsoft Word. So you see that you have all these applications embedded, okay? And they are embedded just for you. A good number of people are not aware of this. So we are going to be looking at each of these applications on a separate session. All right. So for you to get notified, you need to click subscribe and click notify and then like and share as well. If this information have been, if this lecture has been informative, please share it with all these friends you have and the students. Thank you and see you in our next session. Have a very good day. Bye-bye.